I'm Ian Baker. I am a 32-year veteran of the service. I joined up at the ripe old age of 15 and a half years old as an Army apprentice back in 1983. During the latter part of my years I started up RAEMUS Rover, which was based on the original RAEMUS Rover car, which we pulled out of the storage of the museum. We had a group of young lads, and they were from 6th Battalion, and they were not doing very well. They had some serious issues in Afghanistan. We had them there for half a day, and by the end of the day they were waving goodbye to us, yelling out and having a chat in the bus going home. Now it's that instantaneous improvement and spark that I said, I know what path this car can do, and I know what we can do.
My name is Ben Whiley. I was 17 years old when I enlisted. I enlisted in Brisbane. Then I spent my early years down in Sydney with A Field Battery, which is an airborne artillery battery. So I joined in '94, and 12th of April '94, and I discharged on the 30th of November 2013. So I served 7,173 days. So my first deployment was to East Timor in '99, and then I deployed to Iraq in 2005. I used to be a warrior, and then I turned into a warrior, and now I'm on the road to becoming a peaceful warrior. Being a soldier, you're that, tough, invincible sort of guy, and, you don't want to admit any weakness or anything, so it was a very long battle that I had sort of behind the scenes. When I returned from East Timor in 2000, I definitely was feeling the effects of PTSD. I was very socially isolated, was very withdrawn, had a lot of trouble connecting and adapting back into the community and society. I was extremely hyper-vigilant. I couldn't relax, I couldn't sleep. So that started taking its toll from a very early time. Eventually it just got too much. My body completely shut down. I had a complete, physical and mental breakdown. It was almost like having a stroke, and learning how to walk and talk again. So this year I'll be racing the Finke Desert Race for the 3rd time. This time I'll be leading one of the cars, which is our old 1962 Series 2A Rover. The car was an ambulance in Vietnam during the war. It's really good being back in a team. In defence you work in teams, you've got that camaraderie, teamwork and structure. And once you leave the army, you're out on your own kind of thing, and to get involved in the team and have that mateship and people relying on each other, and it's a really great support network as well.
Initially I joined back in 1991, a little bit over 18 years old. The great thing about the military is your camaraderie and everything and the mateship, but the bad thing about it is sometimes you've got to do some things that a lot of people would not even contemplate doing. I sort of hadn't admitted to myself fully, but things had sort of been going wrong for a long time. I was actually our platoon when I was over in Malaysia. There was actually an incident where we lost 5 guys, but yeah, it was pretty hard to deal with. Went and did some hot laps around the track, and I'm thinking, yeah, this is pretty cool. But since going there, a lot of friends and family have actually noticed that he's not so edgy and it's not so walking on eggshells around the place, and I've actually got motivation and aspiration to actually go out and do things again. A lot of guys might be going through some difficult periods and they think that they're helpless and that nobody cares and that they're just sort of never going to get out of the circle that they're in. There's always someone to talk to. There's always someone that's actually been through what you're going through, and there's always someone there going to be helping.
We'd like to personally thank all the RSL Art Union supporters for your generous support. Without you, programs like RAEMUS Rover would not exist. And these programs are vital for supporting veterans like ourselves. Thank you.
Thank you.